Hey everyone, happy Wednesday night and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live. My name is Ann Granger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in a beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada. And I'm excited to be with you tonight. It was a beautiful day here in Southwest. The sun is shining, there's a light breeze. It's a little warm, but you know, it's not that hot and humidity yet. That's coming in on the weekend, which means it's a great time to stay in your craft room and craft. Popping on just a few minutes before 7, so Facebook can let you know I'm live, and that gives me a chance to check my settings and make sure everything looks great. I hope you've had a great day. What did you guys do today? Maybe you were working. Maybe you are, maybe you sat on your deck and read. Maybe you were at the beach. Or maybe you stamped and crafted. Whatever you did, I hope you had a great day, and I hope it filled your bucket. I had a great day. My friend Katie was here, and we were crafting the afternoon away, catching up on life. It's always good. Good day when we craft together. So that is the best thing about crafting. It's that social outlet with your friends, right? So okay, I'm just trying to find myself here and trying to see where we are. So if you're here, say hi. Please like and comment and share my video. That's the best compliment you can give me. Oops, I thought I turned my volume down. This week, we are playing with a set that I honestly did not think I needed to have. I saw this way back in March and I was like, nope, I don't need it. I don't need it. And then, by golly, my Stampin' Up! Friends start sharing beautiful projects with the stunning designer series paper. And I was like, all right, maybe I should get it. So let me put my laptop over here. I'm excited to share the Perfectly Pears with you. This is a bundle, which is part of the Perfectly Pears suite. Whatever concept artist designed this at Stampin' Up, they knocked it out of the park. The paper is stunning and I cannot wait to share it with you. But before we begin, you know, if you follow me, I'm a huge fan of chocolate. So look, I had to fill my bowl up for Katie and I today. Working on, in the States, you guys have these 100-gram bars. Oh my gosh, they're so good. And I also got some Dove caramel. Dove chocolate's really good too. But maybe you have a snack and you're watching along, so shout out to you. If you're watching me live, today is Wednesday, July 23rd. Can you believe that? I actually saw something today that said it was 22 more weeks till Christmas. Mine, crazy. I don't even know where July went. Like 3 weeks has already gone by of my holidays. And I'm like, where did that go? If you're watching you live, you're going to see that red live button up top. And if you're watching on the replay, shout out to my replay warriors. I know life is busy. I know life is crazy. This time of night is busy. But maybe you're watching while you're like having your quiet moment. I just want to say thank you for joining us tonight. I really, truly appreciate it. Or maybe you're watching during the day. All right. So as I said, today we are making a card. This was a sketch that one of my team members, Cindy, she posts every Monday. She does like a Monday motivation. So whether it's a card sketch, could be like a color combination, she keeps us on our toes each Monday. And I saw this sketch and I was like, you know what? This is a great sketch. I'm going to use it and I'm going to create my card with it. I forgot to print the sketch off, but when I post the video and link it back to my blog, I will definitely show you the sketch that I used. So let's dive right in. I'm going to show you the Perfectly Pears suite. I'm going to show you the product that I'm using tonight. We're going to create the cards and then I have a couple more samples to share with you. So I will be showcasing this all week on my blog and on social media. And if you just FYI, the Perfectly Pears designer series paper, when I looked earlier during the day, is in low inventory. That's how popular it is. You might want to order it sooner or later, but guess what? Stampin' Up! Announced today, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so July 23rd to the 25th, which is Friday, free shipping on all orders over $100 here in Canada before shipping and taxes, and if you use any of your stamping rewards before that is taken off. So, what a great time to stock up on a few things. All right, let me flip the camera and let's get started. I had to close my blinds today. The sun was just beaming in my eyes, but I'm excited to share with you the Perfectly Pears suite. As I said to you, I saw this back in March at On Stage, And I was like, why do we need more pears? I don't need pears in my life. What would I do with pears? Well, let me tell you. I decided to order it, and I'm so glad I did. It is a beautiful set. Okay, just getting my camera focused here. Looking good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Let me see. Let me just pull you up a little bit there. I think we're good. I wish I had a spot in my room I could just leave my desk up, my camera display every day, because I like to always fiddle with it. All right, so Perfectly Pears is the bundle we are featuring tonight. So the Perfectly Pears is part of the Painterly Pears suite. In this is a photo palmer. Photo palmer stamps are jelly-like. They're see-through so you can see, which they're meant for two-step stamping, so that you stamp an image and then re-stamp something else. Also comes with the Perfectly Pear dies, so you can buy just the stamp set, you can buy the dies, or you can buy the bundle, which is the best deal because you get to save 10%. As you can see, these pears cut out those two. This die cuts out that. This die cuts out the leaves. And then this die cuts out the flowers. So like these two, you kind of got multiple options of cutting things out. And then you've got all these fun dies that are just left over. These two here are great for your greetings. You got some leaf vines, flowers, more flowers, but I love this. This is like a fun hashtag. So let me put these back so I don't lose them. I like to store mine on, these are the Stampin' Storage magnetic sheets. They're just a great way of holding your dies because they are magnetic. All right, so that's the stamp set. Let's show you one version of the Designer Series paper. I wanted to show you this pattern because these dies will also cut out pears and leaves from the paper. So you have that one. This one will cut here. This one will cut here. And I, was working on the weekend and I was playing around with different flowers, and these flowers actually cut out from the paper. So how great is that? You get more bang for your buck, is how I like to say it, and more options. So that is really neat. This paper is gorgeous. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So let me show you the Designer Series paper. So here is the gorgeous paper. Okay, so this is what made me fall in love with this suite. I started seeing my friends showcase projects with this paper, and I was like, that paper is gorgeous. Even though I saw it on stage, I got to look at it, but until you see it in like person and on projects, it totally changes your mind. This one right here is my favorite pattern. I could have a full pack of it, and that would make my heart so happy. Even this one, like I love. Even these leaves are really pretty. Beautiful colors. So you have Basic Beige, Darling Duck, Mossy Mellow, Old Olive, Petal Pink, and Secret Sea. Darling Duck and Secret Sea are part of our new 2025-2027 in colors. Look how nice they work together. Very, very beautiful. And if you're a person who loves summer fruit, pears should be coming in shortly. So when I was working on this, I had my team meeting on the weekend, and I was showing my team this suite, and I shared some interesting facts. Did you know that there's over 3,000 pears in 3 different countries? That blew my mind, that I did not realize there was that many pears. All right, here is the gorgeous Mossy Mellow and Gold ribbon. So one side has the Mossy Mellow on it, and then the other side has the gold, so it's kind of like you could use either side. This right here will be stunning for Christmas projects. So, hint, you might want to add these to your shopping cart so you can use it on your Christmas cards. How beautiful would that be with like cherry cobbler? Oh, I can see it right now. I'm visualizing it, and that would be very, very elegant. All right. Also in this suite comes the low profile sparkle dots. I don't know about you, but I love embellishments. I usually buy them all because I think they're so great. So these ones are the low profile sparkly dots. You have Darling Duck, Mossy Mellow, and Secret Sea, and you get 210 in a pack in 2 different sizes. So that's a really great one right there. As you can see, I've been really using the Darling Duck ones, but I think these would be fun for like the fall colors, like fall colors, think fall. They will be really nice. Okay, so let's put that over there because I will be using those. So when I sat down, I wanted to show my team the many different ways you could use this set. And I had seen a similar idea on social media, was showing the different color combinations. So I kind of started playing around with different colors on the weekend. And I wanted to make sure that I showcased them in different ways. So the top row is I used this stamp set here, the solid stamped, and stamped the bit all in Daffodil Delight. Then what I did was I used a sponge dabber, so just a sponge dabber, and I went around, I'm going to show you that in a minute. Combination daffodil with flirty flamingo, daffodil with pumpkin pie, daffodil with peach pie, and I didn't have a sponge dabber to use the new strawberry slush, so I used just the Stampin' Right marker. And you can see these have more of that yellow orangey tone. These ones here were Darling Duck, and so I stamped the base in Darling Duck and did the exact same colors so you could see the difference. These are more yellow orange, these are more like that orangey, like greeny yellow color. Then I was like thinking, okay, when I'm shopping at my favorite store every week, getting my fruits and veggies and all my groceries for the week, I see pears that are green. So I thought, let's try a green pear. So I did Old Olive and Mossy Mellow. Then I know you can get red ones, so I did Real Red and Cherry Cobbler. And then on these two, I used Darling Duck again, but stamped them in Old Olive and Granny Apple. So as you can see, you get a really different variation of the pears, but lots, and I'm sure this is just the beginning of color combinations. So let me quickly show you how I created those, because if you wanted to stamp with this, this would be a great way. So I did this one yesterday in my Facebook Live, so I'm going to show you that just again. We're going to use Darling Duck, and we're going to use the pears. This one also has some great greetings. It has a nice congratulations, a beautiful hello. I really like the saying, a good friend is a gift, a thank you, and a friend. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody. All right, so we're going to ink it in Darling Duck, just like that. And then we're gonna bring in Old Olive. And I'm gonna pick up the sponge dabber. Now, I showed this the other day. If you dab with your sponge dabber, you're going to get this dot. That's not what we want. We want to swirl it and get that ink around. Then what I'm gonna do is go like this. Okay, and then we're gonna huff it. That just helps moisten the ink, and we're gonna stamp it. And there you go. So you can see it just, I think I put a little bit too much Old Olive, but you can tell that it just, every pear you stamp is going to be very, very different. Because you can tell these are the 4 that I've done so far this week, and you can see that they're very different in their ways. All right, so let's get creating. That is the Painterly Pears Suite. And as I said, the Painterly Pear Designer Series paper, that is a mouthful, is in low inventory. All right, so tonight our project is a sketch. We are using Darling Duck, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Not to worry, I am going to give you all these measurements. So when I post this video to my YouTube and to my blog, actually the video will be on YouTube, and I'll link it back to my blog, and on my blog we'll have all the measurements you need to recreate this card. So basically you can just sit back and watch, and then you know, you can recreate the card next week. Now you might think, well, Anne, I don't have pears, like, you know, and that's fine, because you could totally use this sketch for a birthday card, a thank you card, a Christmas card, a Halloween card. Whatever kind of card you are making, this sketch would work perfectly. All right, I have a piece of Designer Series paper. Look at that paper. Isn't that gorgeous? Just gorgeous, gorgeous. And I really like this grid. And this measures 3.5 by 5.5, and that's just gonna go there. And look, if you've been following me, you know I've been without adhesives, and my order came today, and my heart is happy. And don't get me wrong, I love the glue, but I think I'm definitely a tape runner girl. All right, I have this other piece of paper, so I'm basically using the other side of this pattern just to offset. And this one measures 3 by 4, and we're going to go ahead and hear that one down. Just like that. Okay. We are using the stylish shape die, stylish shape dies. Those are the dies I normally use. We're using Spotlight on Nature, and as I said, these dies were a carryover. They coordinate with the Spotlight on Nature bundle, which is a beautiful stamp set. I really like the dies. If you know me and follow me, you know I'm a huge fan of the stitched, and I absolutely love these. So these, you have 12 circles and they layer within. I use the largest circle to die cut out my circle, so you can see how it has that nice stitched edge around it, which is really nice. If you don't have these, I would say these are probably one of my top 10 dies that I use in my room, like on a weekly basis. And then now we're going to found out what I really like about this one is it coordinates beautifully with our 2 3/8 circle punch. So we're just gonna punch this out with White Willow, which is our 2-tone cardstock. It's also a pretty one. So here we are just going to adhere this. Oh, we're gonna do some stamping. All right, so let's put that down. And we can go ahead and pop that up onto our page, our card base. Okay. I am using our dimensionals. So these are our Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, and now these dimensionals actually came in one of our paper pumpkin kits. Look how big they are. I wish they were like that all the time. They're beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna put this off to the side because we are gonna do a little bit of stamping and I don't wanna get it on. I'm going to bring in our paper piercer, and I'm just going to bring in, I need to grab a piece of paper. Okay, let me see here. Bring in some paper. We are going to bring back in Darling Duck. Okay. And I'm going to bring in that. Now, I do have enough ink on here that I'm just going to softly edge it and see what that looks like. Give it a huff. Okay, I think I want it to be more yellow. Let's just, you know what, let's just see what it looks like yellow. Maybe I won't put any more green. I think I want some green. All right, let's just do some green. It's okay, we're just playing around. Find the color we like. Oh, I like that a little bit better. It just looks like the pear is starting to ripe. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to bring back in that old olive ink pad, and we're going to stamp the leaves. So let me put this away and grab us the leaves. I wanted to show you a stamped image because throughout the week I have been showing you using the images from the designer series paper. So I really wanted to show you this. And this is old olive, so just like that. Oh, that's pretty dark. Must be just, I must have inked my ink pad, but that's okay. Yeah, old olive, I wanted to make sure. It looks almost like mossy, but it's definitely old olive. Okay, so let's put that away. And I'm just going to, now there are where you can add the outline, and I can do that and show you what it looks like. There is an outline on the pear, but I think sometimes that would look funny. So I'm just going to stamp this over. Just kind of adds that little bit of, here, I'm going to do that. And let's do this. We're just showing you different ways. So this way, I stamped the solid first, then did the outline. On this one, I stamped the outline, and now I'm going to do the solid. Let's just see. I feel like you can get a little bit more lined up. So either way works. You can do it either way. That's the one thing about stamping. There is no right or wrong. It's just stamping. Okay, let's put that away. And let's bring in our die cutting machine. Now, if you've been following me on my crafty videos, you knew my plates were like cracked to no end. I decided it was time we should probably, for video purposes, use a new plate. So we are christening our plates tonight. And I'm no longer using the white platform. I'm going to use the gray one because that's what came with the new one. So we are christening the new plates today because they need to be done. I also was finding that my paper wasn't really cutting with where it was. So, okay, so let's put this down. Let's bring in those dies. Where are we here? Okay. Let's see. So hopefully you can see my view. I think I'm going to turn it. Okay, so there's that. I put them on like that. And look at those nice little clean plates. We're going to roll it through. And we're just going to cut it. Oh my gosh, that was like slicing through butter. It was so easy. So there is our leaf. Okay, make sure you take this out because you know how easy this is just to toss it in the garbage and recycling, and you would forget that. So make sure you pull your dies off. Trust me, I know. I've had to go search for them and it's not fun. All right, so here is this pair. As I said, this card is a friendship card, which would be a great way to send more cards. I was listening to my friend Mary, and she was saying how about talking about, like, you know, sending more cards, and I truly agree. We need to send more cards because everyone needs a little bit of happiness in their life these days. All right, we are also going to die cut out a label while we're doing that. I am using the Everyday Arches, which is a great set. Once again, it's stitched. Anything stitched, I'm a huge fan of. 12 dies, so inner layering, and we are going to use the smallest one to create a label. That's one thing I like about, oops, I need to die out. I like is the fact that you can use these dies in different ways. I think that's so pretty. All right. So there is our die. I love how it's stitched. So we'll put that over there. Let me move this out of our way. And I'll put these dies and we'll finish up our card. Okay, so we are going to grab some glue dots. These are our glue dots. And we're going to adhere the glue dots to the back of, oops, I did it the wrong way. Glue dot on the wrong way. Put it on the front. So that way when I put it underneath my pear, it will work just like that. Okay. And we are going to bring it back in our card, and we're going to pop this up with those dimensionals again. Oops. Okay, just like that. We are going to use the Secret Seed ink pad, which if you follow me, you know that is like a huge, my huge favorite color. Well, not huge. It's my favorite color for all go-to black. I love it. When I saw it at On Stage, I was like, oh my God, I really, really like that. So, a good friend is a gift, which I think is so true. It's true how some people come into your lives when you need them the most, and some are like they come in and they're just there for a while and then they leave. But I have to say, my Stampin' Up community friends, they are like, I love them. Like, I often think, wow, I met you because of stamp paper and inks. Like, I wouldn't have known you. Like my friends out west, my friends down south, my friends across the sea. I just think, wow, like if it wasn't for Stampin' Up, I wouldn't have met you. This Stampin' Up community is amazing. I have been doing this for 18 years, and I still get excited when I see new product. I still get excited when I meet my friends. Like, it just warms my heart. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to put this on here because I feel like let's just see what it looks like. All right, so there is, you know what? I might need to stack two together. Have you ever done that trick where you stack two dimensionals? So I'm going to stack two dimensionals together. And we're going to pop this up here because otherwise oops, and I don't think I have enough tape on there. Otherwise, my thing would not lay, it would be lopsided, and I didn't want that. Okay, so let's pull this way. I'm going to pull in my linen thread. So just this linen thread. I'm really trying to use up those little half pieces that I get in like kits and things, just to help out. Okay, so there's that. Cut it with our scissors. I'll put that away. I'm gonna bring back in those glue dots. Okay, so here's a tip. The glue dots, the Stampin' Up! Glue dots, the adhesive is right here. It's on the back side of the roll. So if you just pull it like that and go like that, that works perfectly. I find putting your bow or your twine or your piece of whatever you're gluing to this and then put it down instead of trying to put the glue dot on. It would be very, very hard. All right, so there is, oh, we forgot the dots. Let's get the dots. Okay, we need the dots. So those are the low profile sparkly dots. Once again, another tool in my craft room is the Take a Pick tool. I love it. I use it all the time. So one end is like a putty end. This one is like a paper piercer, but you could also pick up. We are going to put 3 dots, you know, and they say you should put your elements in like a triangle form because it helps the eye. Maybe we'll go there. It helps the eye when it's looking at your projects. So that's a good little tip for you. All right, there is our card tonight that we made featuring the Perfectly Pears Bundle and the stunning Painterly Pears Designer Series paper, which I said both of those products, all these products are part of the Painterly Pear Painterly Pear suite. And this suite is online. You will find it in our online store. So there is our card tonight. Isn't that beautiful? Like, imagine receiving this card in the mail. Like, I think that would just be, make someone's day. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to, if you're watching my video, if you watch my video and you comment pear, and I will put your name into a draw and we will draw a card and I will send you some happy mail. So if you're watching live or on the replay, type in pear and I will draw your name and see who I'm going to send this happy card to so you can get some happy mail in the mail. All right, let me show you the other cards we made. So yesterday on my Facebook Live, I made this one. So this one showcased a mystery challenge that I did with my team. Once again, used the same, so I showed them how the designer series paper. This card is already loaded to YouTube and up on my blog, so you will be able to find all the measurements and stuff there. So there is that card, just showing you the different ways of using the paper. On Sunday was our team gathering. I am the leader of the Stamp to Create team here in Canada, and I wanted to show them this suite because I heard a lot of them say, just like me, I don't need that suite. I don't need pears. I don't want pears. I don't need it. I cased this one for my friend Mary, so shout out to my friend Mary. I did switch it up a little bit, more like the layout like this side. I added the Hello Friend, and there's that beautiful Mossy Mellow Gold ribbon, and I brought in those dots. So once again, look how stunning that paper is. Like I said, I would be happy to have this paper, literally, this paper, just a full sheet, full pack of it. My heart would be happy. And then the other one I did was I wanted to show them the two-tone cardstock and how you can crumple it. And then this is also a case for my friend Mary. And I left this one blank because I just thought you know what, you could send this card to somebody in the mail and it would be a sweet little happy mail for them. So those are the 4 cards I've made this week, showcasing the beautiful Painterly Pears Bundle. The Perfectly Pears Bundle and the Painterly Pears Designer Series paper. So from today, which is Wednesday, to Sunday, what's the date on Sunday? I don't even know what the date is. July, I don't know. Let me see what the date is on Sunday's date. July 27th. So if you're watching my video live or watching my video on the replay, between now and Sunday, if you comment the word pears, and I would love to know, was this set in your like view, or like you thought, oh, you know, I should order that, or maybe I shouldn't, maybe I changed your mind. Let me know that in the comments, and I will pick someone and send a card to them in the mail. You might get one of the cards. Like I'm not saying you'll get one, like choose. I might just pick 2 winners depending on how many comments we get. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I will be back next week on Monday, so set your alarm for Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We are doing a fun new stamp set, and I can't wait to share it with you. So have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in a few days. Talk to you soon. Bye.